Hello, students. One of the very important issues regarding personal finance is understanding interests, compounding interest, and how they are calculated. If you look at here, it is written calculator.net. If I scroll down a little here, it is written auto loan calculator. I want to give a speech about it, and then I am going to give you an assignment. I'm going to post this speech, this lecture on the discussion board. That way you can see how, I calculated the interest rates and, how the calculator did it. And I want you to do the same. And one thing I want you to know is that I went to CarMax.com and found a car which was valued at $50,000, and here it is. Here is the calculation. I want you to pay a lot of attention to what I am trying to explain because you have to do the same. Here is the price of the car, $50,000. And imagine I went to CarMax.com, and here it is, CarMax.com. And I put Honda, here you go, Honda, and then I searched. And there was a car I saw, it was around $50,000 somewhere. And imagine I picked my car, and here it is. For example, think about this is the car, for example, for $50,000, okay? I click here, and that is the link to my car. Anyhow, I come here and I see that the price of the car is $50,000, and I want a loan for 5 years. 5 years means 60 months. The interest rate, imagine, is at 5%, and I am giving 10% down payment, and I don't put any trade-in car, and then I live in West Virginia, and I know the sales tax, is 5%. And I have to pay $2,900, imagine, for a car which is $50,000 for registration and other, fees. Therefore, I click calculate to find out how much my monthly payment is. Remember that the car is $50,000. I am putting $10,000 down. The meaning is that I am borrowing for $40,000, and I click calculate here. When I click calculate, if you look at here, this is my monthly payment, $745.85. That is how much I have to pay every month, assuming that the interest rates are at 5% and assuming it's a 5-year loan. And then in that case, I have to pay sales taxes. 5% of, do you see here is 5%? 5% of 50,000 is $22,500. And also the upfront payment that I have to pay is $15,400. Where does this upfront payment come from? This comes from this $10,000 that I need. I have to pay for this fee, and I have to pay sales taxes. When I pay that, that will come to total of $15,400 cash I have to have in order to get $40,000 of financing to buy this car for $50,000, which means now regarding the loan that I am getting, I get $40,000. What I have to pay interest of 5%. Interest of 5% for 4 years, 5 years on 40,000 will be 5,290. Therefore, the way we will look at it is that as you all know, 40,000 here is the amount of the loan. 5,290 is what I pay for the interest. Therefore, total amount of payment for the loan is 45,000, and the total cost that I have to pay for the price of the car and interest and taxes and fees, that's how much I pay, in the 5 years, including my down payment of $10,000. Now we come here, and the amount of the out of 45,290 and 96 cents, about 89% of it goes for principal, 12% goes for the interest. Now I want to show you an important table. This is called amortization table, which means during 1 year, if I pay $754, that is almost $9,000 I am paying a year. Out of 9,000, 7,222 goes, for the loan, and this is the interest rate for the first year. At the end of first year, if I decide to go and pay off my entire loan, because $7,222 of that 40,000 have been paid, therefore I have to pay 3,000. If I want to pay everything at the end of 1 year, pay off my loan, I have to pay this much. At the end of second year, if I want to pay the loan, I have to pay this much, because the principals have been reduced by this much and plus this much. And of course, these have gone for the interest. And look at the last, the fifth year. On the fifth year, when I pay almost, around $9,000. Out of that, around 8,800 goes for the principal, and 240 goes, and then that will be what I owe at the end. Therefore, also this shows the table. This table shows that I borrow $40,000 in the first year. After 5 years, which is 60 months, it drops to zero. The money that I pay, some of it, this part of it is the interest that I pay, which means, suppose here after 10 months, I have paid around $2,000. Do you see that? After 10 months, suppose I have paid the interest, then it goes a little bit up, all the way it gets up to here. When it gets up to here, that means that all these 5,290 interest is paid. The rest of them from here to here is $40,000. The combination of these two lines give me 45,290, and the loan is paid. Therefore, the loan keeps dropping as I pay more and more, as you see. This is called annual schedule. Now I can have even monthly, because it's not, in fact, I pay every month. If I click here, it shows the first payment that I pay, which is 750 something. This much of it is interest. This is the interest I pay, and this is the principal. And at the end of first month, this is how much I owe for the money I borrowed, because I paid one of the payments. Therefore, that is it is called, you might have, mortgage on the home or something. This table works for that as well. I want you to think about a car. Find a car that you like. See how much is there. Suppose you want to buy a car for 20,000. You come and put here 20,000. Here you go. And then you want to pay it in 4 years. You put 48. The bank interest rates, they give you a good deal, 4%. You have $4,000 of down payment, you put 4,000. If you have a trade-in, you bring your car, you put 2,000, that makes it 6,000. And then your fees and everything, and if you click calculate, you will see that, I am assuming this fee, we have to change it. Let's see. Yeah, it didn't change it. You have to think about how much the fees are. But as you see, everything suddenly changed in here. I want you to go and do this calculation and copy this thing, which I am going to copy the whole thing, and put it on the discussion board. I am going to put it on the discussion board for you to see it. Now I want you to find your favorite car. Give me a link to that car. If it is in Markwood, let's say here is Markwood, for example. Markwood. And then find the car, put a link to that car. That way I can see the car, and then tell me how much loan you want to get. And here it is. I put all my information. First, I put in the word, and you say that I checked the website of, Markwood, and then I found the Honda or whatever. I found a good car. It was for $40,000 or, whatever. And here is the link to the car that I found. Look at here. If I click here, click copy, I go in here, I paste it, and here is the car that I found. For example, it is close to 50,000. The price is has been removed, but anyhow, it was here 48, almost 50,000. Then you come and then explain what happened to this, and then I said the price of the Honda was 50, and I financed it for 50, 60 months, 40,000. I borrowed 10,000 down payment, and then this is my down payment, and my payment is 785, I think it was. And then, and then there I had $2,900 of fees. If your car is less expensive, your fees should be less than $2,000. If you are buying a car for, let's say, $10,000, most likely your fees will be $900. This is something that you have to make it up. And then I copied the calculator and everything as you see, and even I put my amortization table. And this green, I have written that you understand the amortization table, and you also put something like green. Say my monthly payment is this. The amortization table shows in 1 year the total money that I have paid is $9,058, which this much of it is for interest and this much of it is for principal. Therefore, I want to make sure that you understand this, because when you have credit, I have put both amortization table for monthly and for annual. I want you to put that. It's a very important table, because the same table works for credit card. Works for mortgages. We are going to talk about it. For now, I want to make sure you understand. Let me copy this to the discussion board. That way you see that you are going to do the same thing. You are going to find the car. You are going to, write how much the car costs, how much you want to put that for down payment. And here it is. Here is my calculator, and I paste it right in here. Hopefully it pastes. Yeah, here it is. It pasted it, and I am going to give you 100 points for this. And I will check each one of you. Of course, your car, make sure that you don't copy what I wrote. You may copy the price of but your car has to be different. And the amount of financing, please make it different. Therefore, if I borrowed 40,000, you put it 10,000, whatever you want. Go and find the car that you might think when you have a good job, you are going to go, or even if you want to buy a car, you have seen one on the parking lot, dealer lot, you want to buy it, go ahead and do the calculation. We want to make sure you understand this calculator. Let me make it a little bit, it is a kind of a small font. I like it to be big font. That way the students see. And I want you to do this. This is under the links cannot exceed this character. Therefore, it doesn't allow me. Let me delete this monthly thing and just keep annual. Let me see if it doesn't allow me again. And I delete this one as well. And let's see if this allows me to post the message. And I want you to post as much as it allows you. That way we feel that you have learned about this. What is that called? And please do that. If you have any questions, let me know.